So, Battle 16. It is the official start of Day 2. Now, some people are saying that it's, like 6:56 p.m. and that I've not really got a lot of time to clutch up and get that top 1,000 I was talking about. If possible, I'd love to do it today. You go 15-0, taking our win-loss to like 10-20 or something like that. If you flip it around, it makes sense. Anyway, you know what doesn't make sense? Murkrow. Maybe it shouldn't be good, but here we are. And when things shouldn't be good, but they are, that's usually a good sign that I can use Sneasler to my big advantage. So what do I need to take out competently before Sneasler can sweep? I need to get rid of the Gultango if it comes. Honestly, I think I keep Sneasler in the back and I bide my time. Use Rotom as a good... Use the other three, Samus, Rotom, Rilla, to just set up. To get me into position where the Sneasler can just rip through a team. Also, haha, two white guys, they look the exact same. Isn't that me? No, that's the opponent. His hair is slightly different. That's the only difference. Maybe the eye color is different, but we don't look at that. So that's a... I'm willing to bet on that being a Grassy Seed Sneasler as well. Which is interesting. It's not! I really want to click Fake Out, Dual Wing Beat, take the Sneasler, and that suddenly makes my life super easy. But the smarter play would be Fake Out into Rillaboom, Terra Dual Wing Beat into the Sneasler. Since if it's Focus Sash, which I'm willing to bet it is, then I can probably just take a KO since it's not going to be very bulky. If they predicted the Terra Steel, then good game. It's yours. I will flip it right away. Unless I see a direct way to win. They do just Fake Out. Is it Dark Claw? It's unfortunate that it's happened that way because I'm in a tough position now. Oh, I got that turn completely wrong. Ugh! Yeah, that turn could not have gone much worse for me. The fact that I Terra'd really shows my hand. I probably don't go down at -1. I think that's my only redeeming quality for this situation, is that the speed's generally in my favor. I probably live one close combat. So if we can get Rotom on the field somewhat safely, well, okay, as safely as possible, probably just taking a U-turn this turn. It is close combat, I should live that. Well, is it a crit? Or am I just not bulky enough? I guess I'm not bulky enough. Watch like a Woodhammer or something come in and it's just game over. Oh, high horsepower, that's fine. I can work with that. Okay, so I could send Rillaboom in and go for Fake Out. The downside is that 25% of the time the paralysis screws me and makes it pretty much impossible to win this game. I don't think the Sneasler's taken any damage this whole game. Okay, this is really tough. So if I swap Rillaboom in, I could Fake Out Swords Dance, but I can't Fake Out Swords Dance. I'm gonna put the Sneasler in, and I'm going to assume that. And for the sake of my sanity, I'm going to assume that I outspeed with the Rotom, because at this point I'm kind of tilting a little bit. But at the same time, I also... Oh, crap. Importantly, if they attack the right slot, then maybe I can win, but at this point it's going to be really hard. Okay, they protect. Overheat's not going to be the damage I need, but it's certainly going to be the damage I want. If I clicked an electric move, maybe it'd be a different situation. My brain did kind of, for a moment, think about, what's his face? Volt Switch. Honestly, I think I've probably made the best play based on the situation. Minus Dire Claw screwing me here. I should be able to beat the Sneasler pretty consistently. I can use Fake Out next turn to try and at least attempt to secure a slightly more straightforward path to victory. I could have Volt Switched because I don't really need Rotom to... Actually, you know what? Maybe the pressure's enough to get a Protect on the Murkrow and just have them hold off for a second. Though if I'm in their position, I'm still just clicking Tailwind no matter what because it's Prankster and it goes first. That's all it needs to do. Getting that one calc wrong is really unfortunate because it's put me here where 50% of the time I'm going to have a really tough time winning. That's unfortunate. I do get the Dark Claw off. It is sad. Okay. What I can do is somewhat limited. That is saying it nicely. I'm going to U-turn the Murkrow. That's a bad play. I'm going to Grassy Glide the Sneasler. Just if the turn goes that way, it's probably going to be double Protect anyway. Honestly, you know what? I'm going to make a prediction. It's Protect from... It's not Protect, so this game's over now. Oh, I mean, they can't get Dark Claw, though. Dark Claw's not going to do anything because I could kill them. But more importantly, I was already parried, so... Oh wow, I went first. I went first? What are you talking about? He used Rain Dance. You did not go first. Okay. I think the assessment of this game would have, I should wait actually. I shouldn't try to make any judgments about how this has gone yet. Okay, Rillaboom, it's scary. It is what it is. Basculegion, very scary. Very much not all. There's very little I can do about it. Fake Out, Lash Respect into Rillaboom or Sneasler. It doesn't really matter which. I'm gonna keep it really straightforward because I don't want to throw this game away trying to do something fancy. I was thinking about a switch to Rotom, but I just don't see any good ways to do this. I'm going to keep it straightforward. My gut tells me if you can take out the Basculegion right now, you can win. So let's do that. Let's kill the Basculegion. It's Terra Grass. It's what the kids are calling Grass. I mean, I don't know if the Terra matters, okay? You know what? Maybe this Terra is actually good for me, because Rotom can take that. In the right situation, Rotom can make it work. If they've attacked the wrong slot, relatively speaking, they haven't, so I lose. That's that. It's Swish Win. I think that's the reasonable assumption. High Horse, it doesn't kill because it doesn't go off. I think we just double the Basculegion next turn and maybe that's enough. Actually, no, they're just going to click Lash Respect, so it doesn't matter who it goes into. If I can take the K, well, Rillaboom's Rillaboom's not going to be able, I'm not going to be able to beat AV Rillaboom if I'm stuck with Overheat. With -2 Overheat, I can't do any damage first place. I think it's only logical for them to just take the... Oh wow, that is not what I want to do. It's only logical for them to just take the Lash Respect KO on Sneasler. I just don't think there's any way I can really punish that. If I don't take... Here's that's the predicament. I've got to take Basculegion this turn, and I have to do it without dying, but it's just not in the cards. It's just not in the cards. Maybe I get a Omega Turbo Crit, does 8 trillion damage. High Horse! Were they protected? Well, I don't know what they were doing, because I guess this does enough damage. It does. I guess... Oh, it's a crit. That I was talking about it. Omega Turbo Crit. Always in the cards. Always available. It's not a great position. I can't remember if how I can't remember how grass attacks and electric types interact. What I do know is that Rain's got 2 turns and I've got no way to do serious damage. They're both on full health, so the protect makes no difference. Make sure that I live this turn. Maybe it's banded and I can't win. It is not banded. How long do I need to get through for terrain to shut off? My output becomes really good in 1 turn. Their output. So to me, I feel like Thunderbolt's the play. Just chip it. And then once they're out of terrain, start lowering your attack again. Because if you get the 10% para, then you kind of win, don't you? Oh, that's just too much damage. How much is the recoil? Not enough. Show me Omega Turbo Crit 2. It's never too late. Watch this. Actually, okay, sorry. I take damage here. No para. That's fine. I think I can win this. Maybe. Hopefully. So the only logical play is to protect this turn. I need to reduce their output even just a little bit further. So that I can have a chance to get 1, maybe 2 overheats off. Because that might be all I need. Is that extra turn to get a little bit more damage. Which I guess, noting that now it is one weakness of the team, is that I don't have a way to get rid of things like Assault Vest on Rillaboom to get damage down quicker. How much damage does this do? Oh, it's still way too much. If I get a crit here, I win, but it's a lot to ask for. I don't get it. The next attack will kill. Look, if I somehow get this off, I win. I don't get it off. Starting both days with losses is not fun at all. What, it puts me at 11 losses, like 8 wins or something? No. 11 losses, 5 wins. That's not great. I'm losing a lot. Yeah, I think I could have played that much better. I just got unlucky in a few key places. Obviously, it is my fault for getting into situations where the luck's, gonna be able to go against me, but at the same time, 2 paras really just made it so hard to do anything. And then getting that turn wrong with the Terra Steel didn't make it easier, so on to the next. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Speaking of the next, 4504. That's like 4.54 times the rating I actually want to be. Gotta clutch up. Ugh. Ugh. Size spam. Size spam, no Intimidate, which is nice. I don't know if I need Intimidate myself. It has Trick Room elements. The King Gambit works really well out of Trick Room. And in a matchup like this, the Dragon Bolt and the Sneasler definitely can work. If I lead Salamence recklessly, I'd probably just lose on turn 1. But if I lead the correct way with Goldango and start putting tons of damage out when they can't protect, and they can't protect themselves, it's a slower E.I.D.I.L actually. How do I want to do this? I'm gonna bring Goldango, but I don't want to bring it in the front. I'm thinking that's probably the squad. I'm expecting Armarouge and E.I.D.I.L in the front. Well, if I'm expecting that, I can remove you from the lineup as my lead. Okay, let's go through this. So it'll be their terrain going up no matter how I do it. So I'm better off leaving my terrain in the back. and then potentially trying to maneuver situations where they want to use Expanding Force or Armor Cannon to get other Pokemon in. Potentially doing a little sneaky stuff with the Rotom. I have an idea of what I want to do, but I don't have a clear idea of where I want this game to go, and that's making me really scared. Okay. So, this situation is not great. This is not good at all. I can't do a lot here. There's just not a lot I can do here. If I put my terrain out too early, though, I'm gonna lose, aren't I? So I protect Goldango for a turn, and I overheat the King Gambit. Assuming luck doesn't shift, I can win. That being said, I don't like that assumption. If I Volt Switch the Sneasler, Fake Out's a serious risk, always. Always has been, always will be. Yeah, I'm gonna Terra Nasty Plot and Volt Switch the Sneasler. Oh, they didn't switch. I was really expecting a Gambit swap in. Maybe it's Gambit Kowtow on Fake Out to the Rotom. That's a reasonable play. If that's the shout, then maybe I've made a really good play. Gambit's terrestrializing. They called the overheat. Oh, that's gonna be a Kowtow or a Sucker Punch into the Rotom. That's not good. Dark Claw Rotom doesn't kill. Puts me to sleep. This move is the worst ever unless I'm the one clicking it. It's only okay if I click it because I'm the good guy and I do the right thing. Show me an attack into Rotom, please. That's the only way I can turn this around. Or show me an attack into Gambit. Actually, the Terra on Gambit's really good for me though. Assurance. He didn't take damage, so maybe it doesn't. Nah, it kills. It's better than going down needlessly. I can bring Rillaboom in. They'll be encouraged to switch something out, and that makes my life really frustrating. Because I have to click. I have to click Make It Rain, don't I? Honestly, you know what? I'm just gonna call it. I've played myself into this position. I just have to see if I can make it work. Did he? Yeah. I'm glad I didn't click Shadow Ball or something stupid. But at the same time, I have to. There's no way that I'm gonna let it come down to. Oh, I just lost, didn't I? I thought I made a smart play, but I've just lost, haven't I? There's no way I live in close combat. I got in on it! Oh, come on! I could have stopped that by not Terra. If I didn't Terra. But if I didn't Terra, I couldn't Nasty Plot, and I need the Nasty Plot to win. There's nothing I can do now. Oh, there's just nothing to be done here. God, if I'm gonna cut the battle out, it's gonna be this one. This is just dumb. Like, this is dumb compounded by a sleep from the stupid Dark Claw. That'll feels like it only activates when I don't need it. Which isn't true, but it still feels that way. God, we're not looking at anything else. It's 18. We're about 18. Okay. I haven't really got much experience against Tentacruel, Gyarados, or Skarmory. Like, I've seen a Gyarados or two before. And I've seen an Espeon or two before. But, like, the only standard Pokemon I've actually seen are, like, the Volcarona and the Gyarados. Not the Gyarados, the Dragonite. Yeah, I have no clue what's going on here. I think I'm just gonna fall back on what I know. It's my most common lead. Prior to the tournament, I've tried to switch it up a little bit. Maybe that's not a good thing. But in theory, if I play it right, I should be able to win. That's all there is to it. I would like to try and drag that win-loss from 11-6 to like something positive. Or at least neutral. Cool. The chances of that Espeon having expanding force are slim to none. Now, what I need to respect is the fact that they're both special attackers, so the Intimidate makes no difference right now. But more importantly, Dazzling Gleam, a Life Orb Dazzling Gleam would probably do more damage than I can realistically handle. But if I bring Rotom in, actually, you know what? I'm going to set up Tailwind and fake out the Espeon. And I'm going to bet on a Quiver Dance or no burn Heat Wave. No burn, that'd be the best way to do this. Not effective on Salamence. No burns, that is huge. That is going to give me a great chance to start doing in this battle. The Espeon took a lot of damage from the fake out, so I'm willing to assume that there's very little consideration to how that's going to affect the game. I'm getting this urge in my mind that it's going to protect. That one of them's going to protect. If I want to get more use out of the situation, I'll swap Rotom and Hard Switch just to make sure that I don't go down, that I don't get trapped by a U-turn going into a protect. I specifically want the fake out for later. I don't really know what they want to do. I can take the Pyrax on this turn, that's huge. Saves me from the risk of burn. Psychic into the Salamence, that's fine. Good damage. The Rock Slide is definitely coming clutch here. I'm a bit confused by this Espeon, to be entirely honest. It's clicking the moves and it's doing the thing. It feels like it should be Life Orb, as opposed to what it is now, I guess. That's probably the best way to say that. I've got Tailwind. I don't want there to be any reason that Espeon is still here by the end of the turn. I think Rotom's just gonna go down to any attack anyway. Like it's somewhat bulky, but if it takes like 80%, even after the Citrus, it's just gonna be way too much damage for it to be usable. And besides, Rillaboom just makes things super easy when the Espeon can't do anything this turn. Since I'm expecting like Surf or Sludge Wave or something like that. Let's see. That's not what I expected. I feel like this kind of locks in a pretty solid win, doesn't it? We're looking at a 4v2. I just gotta take the I feel like hard double's a bit aggressive, but I've got Tailwind, so I can just. How much time does Terrain have? I've got 2 turns of Tailwind. Actually, how much Tailwind do I have wrong? This is my last turn of Tailwind and second last turn of Terrain. I can Rock Slide Woodhammer into Gyarados. It's probably a kill. There's no Protect. Good damage on the Gyarados. With the Woodhammer, that should hopefully kill. Yep. Can I see a KO onto Rillaboom? Ideally, a Self one would have been better. Ice Beam into Mance. I guess that works. It doesn't really matter which one went down. I just kind of assumed that Mance wasn't going to be the victim of this turn. Cool. I'll bring the Sneasler in. And that should just be the game. The spikes makes no difference. And I'm ready to rock and roll. Ideally, I won't have to play past this turn, because obviously things can still go wrong. You know what? Mama raised nothing of a bad fellow. To skip all the naughty words. I think that's what the kids are calling them nowadays. Naughty words. Ice Beam. KO's Rillaboom. It's cool that they're playing this out, but at the same time, I kind of think it's more honorable to accept when you can't win. I think that shows a lot more about the mindset. Accepting defeat and moving on feels very much more honorable than saying, I'm going to drag this out even though there's no way for me to win. They're going to Terra. Unless it's like Terra Ghost, I think I just outright win. Speak of the devil, it's not Terra Ghost, thank the Lord. Because that just locks it in. I mean, they're definitely a good sport for playing it out. I know I wouldn't. I'd be angry and I'd probably just quit the game and move on for the rest of the day. This guy was nice enough to stare defeat in the eyes and at least not buckle like I would. I would have buckled. That is the truth. So maybe I can't make reasonable comments on this situation because I wouldn't have done any better than him. I can almost guarantee I would have done worse. We'll see the rank. That's a nice little improvement. Finally got another win. We're what, 17? Nope. Well, we're 18 battles. That's almost a number that matters. 12-7? Something like that. No. Nope. 12-6. It's something like that. It's something like that. I don't know. I got another win. That's all I know. Coming off a win's good momentum. Normally I take a little break. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. I'm gonna find a way to win this game. This game against Hard Trick Room. I guess there could be Tailwind elements, but in most situations I feel like this is just a Trick Room team. Well, you know what? It's too early to make any assumptions, especially when they're definitely wrong. Rillaboom in the front, definitely good. If I put the Sneasler there, I can take the Pelipper turn 1 if they lead it. Since it'll either be Pelipper or Sinistcha in the front, if it is actually trying to get Trick Room up. That being said, the more I look at it, the less likely it is. I suspect Ursaluna's coming to the battle regardless. What else? What else can I assume and probably get wrong? Not a lot else, actually. Thankfully, I'm not getting too much wrong here. So the Gholdengo definitely helps if I get it into good position. But honestly, Rotom's kind of crazy since it puts tons of pressure onto the Pelipper. And really importantly, I'm thinking about it more. I could take a Pelipper K turn. No, you know what? I have a vision. A vision that involves Fake Out Dark Claw just as I would against a Talonflame set. I should probably update the Sneasler set to have a better matchup into Talonflame. It really sucks that every time I've tried to do that strategy, it's never killed. Ever. Which is sad. Dragonite, Gholdengo. This will be a good chance to check abilities and such. I can fake out the Dragonite, but there's always a chance of inner focus and that could really make my life super difficult. Worst case scenario is probably clear Amulet multiscale. I can test by swapping Dragonite in. But there's just nothing I can do against the Gholdengo. Let's say we U-turn the... Actually, Ice Spinner's been pretty popular. Yeah, okay. I can take a hit there. I'd be giving up my speed advantage, but it might make sense just to swap the Sneasler out. Yeah, you know what? My worst case scenario is having no way to beat the Gholdengo because I've... Well, actually, the worst case scenario is beating the Gholdengo and just having no way to win after that. And I can win after that if I do it right. Okay. Good call. That must be Scarf then. Yep, Ice Spinner. If I live this, I get a U-turn, which is nice. Okay. Importantly, that means I still get terrain for 1 turn. And I can check abilities without throwing away too many resources. Though I have essentially lost all value for the little bit. Goldango Scarf, probably not sticking around for this turn. Does it drop the stats? It does! Okay. That means it is multi-scale. Which also means that Terra Tailwind is a great play. An equally great play would just be to measure out the speed advantage against this team. I can probably beat a lot of this team speed-wise. But in terms of raw output, I'm gonna lose if I don't take tons of damage. If I don't take the big damage quick, don't I? It really hurt to get this turn wrong, but I'm going for Rock Slide Volt Switch into Dragonite. It's a Scarf Goldango. If it sticks in, I'm not really in any danger. I'm pretty sure it's Scarf at least. Yeah, that's not gonna do tons to either. Now the question is the Dragonite faster? It is. I didn't think that would, did I? Oh, I didn't click Terra. I was gonna Terra. That's what I was missing. I knew I was missing something. Oopsie! Well, that kind of dooms this game. Because there's no amount of great play that's going to change the fact that you've just stranded your Pokemon like that. Okay, so I fake out. So here's what I'm thinking. Now that the Salamence is dead, I'm going to struggle to win, no matter how I look at it. If I bring Sneasler in, I can fake out the Dragonite and put a Swords Dance on. -1. Hopefully that's enough. The lag is starting to kick in. I think that's the only logical play I can make here, because no matter how I do it, the Goldango is going to probably switch anyway, so I guess could the Dragonite protect? Maybe it's banded, I don't know. Either way, best case scenario, it's not getting it could be Covert Cloak. It could definitely be Covert Cloak. That'd be really scary. There are a ton of things that I can't really predict about this matchup. I'm hoping that it's just some Lumberry sort of set that I can set up on and potentially win against. In all likelihood, the Dragonite will outspeed. I'm pretty sure it's probably in the range of 145-ish. Cool, no Terras. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Oh, it's a crit. Make it rain. That's not going to do much, is it? It's a KO on the Rillaboom, which is, I guess, unfortunate, but in this position, I can at least start threatening the Goldango. Dragonite flinches, which gets me the Swords Dance. It also confirms that I'm not faster than the Dragonite, which is really good information. At this range, how much health does he have? I do take a KO when I attack. That being said, if they want to do a switch in, they could just switch Pelly in at some point. Just to account for the idea of a play like that, I'll keep the Terra available, but I'm going to Thunderbolt into the Goldango and scout the potential for a Pelly switch. So if I get that part right, then that's definitely going to give me a great chance to drag back in. But the fact that they've pushed me so far with their lead 2 is really unfortunate. My moment of truth is any second now, so just a matter of time. Make it rain, that's not going to do much damage. I'm really glad I didn't Terra. Because that means I'm not taking some ridiculous... Come on, I live that, right? I live that, right? I do! Let's go! Getting rid of the terrain is not great for anyone, I guess. Dark Claw kill. Yep. Do I get a pair? That'd be really clutch. Nah. But that pretty much confirms it's Scarf. I mean, the fact that it's clicked Make It Rain every turn that it's had it's had so far instead of switching to Shadow Ball when it would have been more effective. I think that locks it in, but you know there are tons of other things that are telling me that it's also telling me that it's Scarf. The game's not over, but it certainly feels that way. Just gotta push through. One crit, one smart play. That's all it takes to push them into a weird position that they might not be ready to deal with. That's the way you gotta think all the time. Archaludon. I'm +2, aren't I? Okay, so the tough part is I can protect. In all likelihood, I'm not taking a KO with... I've got to consider how much they've got left in the tank. They've got one more. If it's Sinistra, that's great. If it's Ursaluna, that's workable. Either way, I'm protecting Sneasler this turn, and I probably just want to take Goldango if I can. Since that's the thing that's holding me back from winning right now. I feel like this is the turn where they do the exact thing that I thought they were going to do. Thankfully it isn't. We're going to see Make It Rain come out. It is going to do a pitiful amount of damage to the Rotom. It's going to do like, yeah, it was like what, 6 damage? 6-7 damage? It feels good to chunk a hit really well. Body press definitely does a thing. I almost have more health than when I started, which is nice. I missed the overheat. That is... I'm pretty sure that's game now, actually. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. I pretty much have to attack. Like, I can't let Archaludon just do as it pleases. They got that turn right. And they got lucky. It's unfortunate. If I gotten the overheat off, I had a way in. At this point, they've just got a free kill on on the Sneasler. No matter how I see it, it's just going to be really hard to pull back from this. Part of me is thinking that maybe leading the Sneasler is probably the part that lost me the game, because I just can't do anything from here. Also, my brain is like cooked so bad that I can't even remember if I actually led Sneasler at all. It's a crit on Rotom that sucks, but you know, it is what it is. Close combat, is that a kill? Yes. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised by that, but at the same time, the amount of times I've seen Archaludons just live things and to be thinking to myself, huh, I kind of thought that was just gonna kill. It's not over yet. No matter how over it feels right now, it's certainly not over. I could beat a Pelipper 1v1. Since Pelipper more likely than not can't take a double KO. I'm saying more likely because there's always a chance that they're running a weird wacky move like Surf or something. It's not likely, but you know, it's never too late to show something that I've never seen before, so I'll keep my hopes up. I'm in a position to potentially win. It's a 1v2, isn't it? Or have I lost that much of my brain power that I can't even remember how many Pokemon are left? What did they lead? What did they even lead? No, I can't remember. Pelipper. I'm not seeing it and, so that feels really good. Okay, I can win that. I can win that. Rotom doesn't go first. Pelipper should. I don't think the Terra's gonna matter, but at the same time, there's always a chance that it's like that Weather Ball, in all likelihood it'll be Weather Ball. If they use Weather Ball, and it, oh no, they have to take a KO this turn to win, and it pretty much has to be the Sneasler, doesn't it? But if they don't take, yeah, they're in a lose-lose situation. I guess Terra Ground could win the game if they have that. Oh, well, no, that's actually, no, oh my god. Oh, that's me, it's fine. I saw that and, like, had a heart attack. I thought, no, did I just call the play without thinking that hard? Well, they just sat there and made the simple play. No, that's not confirmed yet. Okay. If Dark Claw activates, I'm guaranteed to win. There, done. Game over. Oh! I don't know that I had any right to win that game. Can't judge that play for the record. That's really smart. Huh. Really smart's probably a bit too strong of a word, but as a whole, I probably didn't deserve to win that game because I felt like they were pretty dominant in the whole game. Like, I felt like they should have probably beaten me. Maybe I just got in their heads and that was enough, or I don't know. Something happened there, and I Dark Clawed a Dragon Knight and I got somewhere, so it's another win. And because it's another win, I'd feel dignified enough to look at my rating and to, you know, consider what that looks like. It's not more than I had at when I went to bed last night, but it is better than 5,000, so I really can't complain. I guess something that might be worth having a quick look is the previous results for the last one. So those are my previous results. Thought it might be nice to have a quick look at that. I really liked the team I brought to that one. The Porygon team was the MVP, Gustavo. Maybe I should name one of the Pokemon on this team Gustavo. That could be fun. Not the point. The point is, I'm doing exponentially better than the last time I played the Grand Challenge. So, for now, I think it's just a matter of keeping it locked in. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm doing exponentially better. I pressed the wrong button, and that's not the point. My overall rating's actually lower than before, but the actual ranking amongst all the people is higher, so it's yet to be seen how good I do, or for the record, how bad I do. But here we are. It's definitely a better number than before, and that's the main takeaway, so on to the next.